Hello everyone, this is Amateur Icing of Icing Reviews, and this is my review on the Neca Retro Cloth Chop top figure from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Here's a closer look at the figure with all of his accessories removed, and you can tell by looking at the face that, it's fairly accurate to the film. It looks, I think, good enough, a good enough representation of Bill Moseley. One problem I have with the head sculpt is that mine is missing a piece of the hair. I bought this pre-owned, but it was sealed, so that means that NECA just forgot to, package him with the hair, which is a bit disappointing because it's not like I can get a replacement part for a 10-plus-year-old figure. But he's got these necklace pieces, which, if you want to, you can remove them, and that's what he looks like without them. They're a bit tricky to, get to look right, because they'll look like they'll be floating sometimes like that. As with all these clothed figures, the clothes themselves don't really look right. Just like this belt right here, it's kind of just hanging out and sort of looks like it's floating around. If you want to, he does have an actual belt down here. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. I haven't talked about the rest up here, but just if you wanted to, you could put the belt through the loop here and fix that up. But let's focus on the rest of the figure before we get to the legs. He's got his buttons printed onto his vest here instead of being like separate parts. It's just, printed on to the sort of leather material, which I think is, fine for what it is. It's, it looks good, it gets the job done. Where there would be lettering, get the focus here. It's just a bunch of lines. It doesn't want to focus. Yeah, okay. Let's see a better look at that. The jeans look fairly good, I guess. We got these designs printed on. These sort of patches. I think that looks a little bit odd. Not quite as how, the texture, how it should be. He has pockets back here, and then like a bit of Velcro. That I don't know why that's like that. And then he does have like Converse shoes on, and that's pretty much it for the figure himself. So I'll get on to the accessories here. So Chop Top comes with 6 accessories, first of which being his glasses. And, these are pretty good. I mean, not too hard to mess these up. They can fit onto his head just like that. I would be kind of careful though, because you don't want, it's pretty thin, you don't want it to snap. And then, hold on, let me adjust the camera here. So that's what he looks like with the glasses on. And I think it might be a little bit warped on my copy, but it still looks fine to me. And then he also has his wig, which just again fits on like that. And you have him with his look from when he was inside the radio station, so that's pretty cool. Next accessories they has are probably his most notorious, the wire coat hanger and the lighter. And this hanger is sort of made of a softer plastic, so it's easier to get in his hand without having to worry about breaking it. And it looks good enough. And then the lighter is it has a good bit of paint detail for being something that's very small. It's like, not even, it's like the same width of my thumb right there. It's got the flame coming out, so you're supposed to be able to, give me a second, you're supposed to be able to fit the lighter into this hand. That's how it shows it on the, in the whatever promotional pictures, but it really just like doesn't fit in that well. Like it can sit in there, but like it will just fall out. It fits better into this hand, but he's supposed to hold the hanger with this hand because his plate is on the right side, on his right side. So if he uses his right hand with the hanger, then he's going to be able to reach the plate. But if he uses left hand, it's going to be a little bit more tricky, which is why you would want him holding the lighter in this hand and the hanger in this hand, even though he has a much tighter grip on this hand, which makes it easy for him to hold the lighter. But then, like, it's just, it doesn't make any sense. You can get, if you put it at an angle, then you can kind of get it to look good, or to, not to look good, but for him to hold it securely. But he's going to be holding it off to the side, and then the flames like going off the side. Sorry if you can hear that squeaking. That's my desk. I don't know what's wrong with it. But it's like out of my control. I can't really fix that right now. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer how you can't even get the lighter in his hand. You got to use sticky tack or something like that. But before I make the video go on for too long, let me just show off his other accessories. He's got the hammer for when he's like, he has a hammer and he kills that one guy with it. I forgot his name, but he's like, incoming mail, and then that's awesome. So yeah, that fits in his hand pretty good. And then you also got the razor, which can open up and doesn't really stay open. But he can hold it, and then I guess if you really push it, then you can probably get it to where you can cut his throat with it, like how he does at the end. But yeah, that's all of his accessories. So we'll get on to the articulation now. For the articulation, his head, he can't really look down that much. He can look up that much. And it's on a ball joint, so you can look all the way around. I'm not gonna push it that far though, because with the these necklaces, it kind of hinders it. I don't want to push it too far. 360 movement right here at the shoulder. Can move out. A little bit stiff elbow movement, about 90 degrees. Hinge and rotation at the wrist there. He's got no chest rotation or anything like that, but he's got a waist swivel here. Move like that, and then he can kick up that far. Legs can go out, so you can do that stuff if you want him to. Knees move like about that much. And then the worst part of these NECA clothes figures is that the older ones don't have like an ankle rock or anything like that. It's just a hinge, so it's very hard to get them to stand, especially when they don't have holes to put them on bases. I mean, I guess I haven't really had that much problems with him standing, but you know, for if there's a character who has smaller feet, then that would be a bit of a problem. As far as scale goes, these figures are 1/8 scale, which is about 8 inches on average, and he is just below 8 inches. I'm going to get a ruler that has centimeters in it too, so I can easily show you how much that would be, but I'll figure it out and then add a text box in post and show you how much that is in centimeters. Some comparisons with other figures. Here's Leatherface, obviously, although this is the ultimate Leatherface, which is 1/10 scale, so he's about 7 inches in height, so he's quite a bit shorter, which is inaccurate, but like I said, it's a different scale. Another thing I don't like about the retro cloth figures is that they're in a completely different scale than the ultimate figures, so they don't make an ultimate chop top, and they likely never will, because NECA seems to only care about Ninja Turtles at the moment. But they did just come out with a new Leatherface that looks pretty tall, so as soon as I can get my hands on that figure, I'll review it and then see how he looks compared to Chop Top. But I'll do bring in Marvel Legends. I have Mr. Fantastic just because he was the closest one I had to me, and he looks like a small child next to Chop Top there. And then if we want to go even shorter, then I have a Mafex Spider-Man here. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, I mean, this is one of my favorite characters in anything ever. I love Bill Moseley's performance, and I just had to get this figure no matter how expensive it was, and it was like $117, I think. The accessories are very good. It comes with basically everything that you want them to come with. I don't know if I should do like a rating system, like out of 10 or something like that, because this is obviously my first review. I don't know, who cares? Who needs a rating system? That's bullshit. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and comment and follow me on Instagram for some cool pictures of toys, and goodbye.